Okay, you installed your R in RStudio, and then you can ask yourself, what shall I do next? Next, you have to open some tutorials and read them from the beginning. You can keep in your mind some particular tasks like doing calculations or thinking about illustrations for your data. You can also think about tests for significance of some kind of a data again. And at the beginning, you can think about simple data processing and analysis like you do or you did in Excel, Prism, SPSS, and alike. Of course, before that, you have to check how you can define your variables, how you define your assignments and relations between variables, which math operators are in use and what symbols are, and then gradually slowly move to functions, etc., etc. Not everything is so obvious. For instance, among numeric variables, there are two types. One is integer, which is used for counting things, and other one is double, called double, is to measure some things. Double is actually a real number, unlike to an integer. By real number, I mean this. And the name double in R comes from this historical development that in early times there were real numbers called float, and it still exists in other languages. And then programmers decided to increase the precision of this floating point variables, and then they invented double precision. For short, it is called double. There are some variables. For instance, I can assign word black to variable a. It will be called character, and it can be some logical variable like if I test is a equal to and assign it to b. But the best way to learn all this stuff is to open your RStudio, which I have now, and start typing examples what you read in your tutorials. And for instance, say if I assign a 1 to a, will it be double or integer? So no values after the decimal. I can always ask type of a, and it will say it is double. So that's a bit funny and counterintuitive. By appearance, you cannot tell whether it's integer or double. If you want integer explicitly, you add this letter L, capital L at the end, and then you will be sure that it will be an integer. Oh, sorry. Should not make typos. Alright, and then I say what is type of B, and then it says integer. You can also ask a class what category of variable it is. And it will say it is numeric. Now we can move to the logical assignments. For instance, we know that A is 1, but it is a category of a double, and B is 1, but it is an integer. And then I say A is equal to B. Is it true or not? And it says, yes, it is true. Numerically speaking, it's still 1 and no problem with this. And therefore, I can also test whether A is not equal to B, and not equal, you write it this way, and it says it is false. So that example of a color assignment, you do it, and then you ask what type of color, what type of the variable it is. It says it is a character, and what the class, it is a character again. In R, almost everything is already made for you, and you simply have to find what you want. For instance, alphabet in capitals and lowercase letters is already available, and you can call A as explicitly as A in a quotation mark, but you also can say it is the first letter of the alphabet of the capital letters, which is this one, and then it will be still the same A. And if you say letters, all of them, it will be all the alphabet. And if you ask for length, letters, it will tell you 26. So these are basically all single variables you have to know for the beginning.